Live with a full house. It's the Geek Show.
Oh, we're at the full Voltron. Way
That's
to go.
right.
Well, let me just start the episode off with some good news. All of the monster cereals are on clearance like $1 a box at most grocery stores. Good luck. There you go.
Hey, there's other good news. If you need stuff from China, this is a good time to buy it because it's on clearance.
Do it now.
This is now the time to do it. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So as I explained to my wife, yes, I do need 4 square feet for this thing that's coming.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's time for a new washer, new dryer.
Yeah. I need
about
a
to-
sex
yeah.
robot.
You need car parts. Get them now.
Yep. I'm about to be an absolute menace on Temu.
Hey, but if you guys need a windshield wiper pulling tool, I have one. Don't order one.
Really?
What?
Yeah. So
Got
if you
one
need,
I have those. They're my hands.
My fingies.
no, you'll crack your windshield. You got to use the tool.
He insists that you use the tool. He's Lee George Cade.
You got to use the tool, Frenchie. Use it.
The device. What is that from Venture Brothers? Please look into the device.
The nozzles.
The nozzle.
That show's problematic, but funny.
She's got hands. She's Rebecca Frost, everybody.
Hey, my hands, my choice. I have. There's no funny to be had over here.
We're gonna try. I have to. We recorded Space Show yesterday, and that was like the bright spot of my week.
It
So
really was.
so
Let's just talk about Star Trek.
let's just continue. Just continue. He is the captain of his own destiny. Robert Neal, everybody.
Good morning, everybody.
Aye. He went from being Ensign Sasquatch to the Squatch Man. He is Quad T.
That's right.
Tony,
Oh,
I
I
like
don't-
your soaps. I like your
I
soaps and
missed
deodorant.
your final form. Is this your final form?
This
No.
may
Oh,
be-
no, this is just a step along the way, Jay.
Yeah.
This is just Saturday
I
for
got
Tony.
a long ways to go.
Damn right.
I
just
feel
have
like
no
you will
idea.
achieve your final form in Costco at some point.
Well, obviously.
So when we recorded Space Show yesterday, I asked Tony, how are you doing? And he said, well, they're scanning cards at Costco now. Was the very first thing out of
Like
his
some
mouth.
sort of tyrannical regime.
You gotta scan a card when you go in the door?
I
Wait a
almost
minute,
got,
wait a minute, Tony. Is that a bicep? Whoa, Tony, let's see the steps, bro.
Huh?
I see him.
Huh?
I see him. Okay.
That's
man.
just my
There he
arms.
is.
That's just my arms.
All right. And
Dave, why are you hitting on Tony today?
Well,
it's been a
Like
while.
weird.
He's never.
I mean, beards recognize beards.
That's right.
You know?
Beard Game recognizes Beard Game. Jay Whitaker is here to not give up the ship.
beard.
There's still some funny in this world. Come see me November 14th through the 18th at Rooster Teeth Feathers in Sunnyvale, California. November 22nd through 23rd at Big Laughs Comedy Club in Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas. And then if you're in Philly, come see me after Christmas, 27th and 28th. And all shows is with Dulce Sloan from The Daily Show. Follow her, follow
She's
me,
awesome.
all that.
I would
She is
go
awesome.
to Sunnyvale to see you, but I'm afraid of that hellmouth.
The Hellmouth?
That's Sunny Dale.
Yeah.
my
That's
friend.
Sunny.
Oh,
Sister
Different
city,
place.
Sunnydale.
Different
hey,
place.
you guys, I'm sorry to make it about me, but I'm gonna. I know it's been a rough week for a lot of people, but I'm telling you, a year ago tomorrow, I almost died.
Yep.
That's right.
And the perspective
you
I've had
didn't.
since then has changed things dramatically. And I had my 1-year checkup yesterday, and this boy's absorbing iron. Now that's a huge step.
Booyah!
That's
My
what's up,
boy's
man.
absorbing iron.
I know. And a lot of you
that
guys
iron.
out there that are actually processing iron okay, you're like, so what, Lee? I can also walk and chew gum. Well, I can't do that yet.
Look at Lee bragging about processing.
Oh,
iron.
yeah, yeah.
Look at him go.
Man, check your privilege, Lee.
Yeah, you wait until I can properly digest protein. I'll show you bastards something.
I voted for the party that told me I was going to be able to digest my protein.
Jill Stein, you bastard.
Oh, you mean the
missed
election cicada?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Wait,
And
wait,
the
wait.
chip thief himself, Kerry Jensen.
There he
Now
is.
let's quickly address that, okay? Because I talked about it on the radio show. I get packages from anonymous people all the time.
I do too.
And I say on the air, please sign your name to this shit so that I can thank you. I got a box of Star Trek cards and a bag of what were they called? The Lay's.
Like, you don't even know the name.
They were delicious.
They're all dressed chips from Canada.
the
Carrie.
all dressed
No?
chips. no note on the inside, and my name on the outside. So I ate the chips. Apparently, they were supposed to be for Rebecca.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's why Rebecca's back. 'Cause I thought she was mad that he ate unauthorized anonymous chips, but it turns out there was
she doesn't
actually
care about
Yeah,
Okay.
that's why I wasn't here last week. It's
Yeah.
because I was so pissed.
Carrie was like LeVar Burton in that episode of Community where he's just like, more chips for
More
Carrie.
chips for
That's
Cooper.
right.
She was sitting on the couch just
So-
going, all dressed chips. all
So
dressed
if you're
chips,
sending
all
stuff to
dressed
the
chips."
radio station for, put a note inside so that I don't. I mean, maybe the butter rum lifesavers were for you, Rebecca, and I just.
Oh, you can have those.
Oh, they're delicious though. Anyway, let's see.
You
Let's.
should try some with an all-dressed chip.
Whoa.
I will, but all the chips are gone.
Yeah, if you
Yeah,
you
dude,
gotta
well.
order some more from Canada.
I feel a
Like
food
do.
episode coming.
So
The worst part is
yes.
Carrie's just a grazer when he eats chips. He only has like 5, and then he throws the whole bag away.
Yo,
Oh
I've
my
seen
God.
it. I've seen it with my own two eyes. Carrie,
salty.
Carrie, you
Salty.
salad eating bitch. I swear, look, bro.
And Carrie is so
I'm only
particular about
allowed
his.
3 grapes at a time.
Yeah.
And Carrie is also very, very particular about how he eats his chips. Like there's a chip intern that they cycle through every 3 days.
It's true.
So yeah.
I'll have you know that my wife has felt the fruitest guilt. We have kiwi upstairs, just so you know.
You've been cleared for fruit. This is the best year ever.
The exotic stuff.
That
Sure is. All right, let's
fuzzy
begin.
little nutsack fruit.
Tony.
Hey, chill.
What?
Hey, I don't like this final form of
Don't
you. No.
don't speak that way about people
Hold
from
on.
New Zealand, Tony.
You ever feel like the shortest guy on your row?
You are.
Yes, all the time.
Yeah.
Point the camera to. There we go.
You're taller than all of us, Lee.
That's better.
Yeah,
There
now
we
I
go.
am. There, I'm a giant.
All right.
I think I saw you
Dude,
on Attack
everybody's
on Titan
giant.
one
What are you
time.
talking about?
It's okay, Rob.
Our first trailer. Well, our only trailer this week. I just don't know how to feel about this, because I remember as a little kid when we were writing letters to Santa, and I said, "What if I were to accidentally send it to Satan?" Someone
And then
finally
they did it.
Someone finally went, we should make that movie. And how about we have Jack Black play Satan? Well, there you go.
I'm so
you go.
sorry to come out of the gate swinging as a hater this week, but I watched this trailer and about halfway through I stopped because it was pissing me off so bad.
It's not good.
Wow.
But I thought of Tony. I thought of Tony when I watched this because it's Bobby Farrelly from the Farrelly Brothers.
Oh, geez. Okay.
And so I thought maybe Tony will enjoy this. I don't know. We'll
I
see.
mean, I'll give it a shot.
But it's just that. That's the plot. A kid writes a letter. Instead of Dear Santa, he puts Dear Satan, and the letter winds up in Satan's lap, and he decides he's going to go up and grant the kid 3 wishes, but I will take your soul after those 3 wishes. So
Well,
I
easy.
have
Damn.
a question for Rebecca.
Yeah.
Okay, so you made it halfway through the trailer and were like, it checked out, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you are our bad movie aficionado.
Yeah, I know.
I feel I'm conflicted here.
Yeah.
I know. I wish I had an answer for you, Rob.
well, you don't have to go to the theater to see this. This is just going to be on Paramount Plus on November 25th.
Oh, another reason to keep my subscription
There
going.
we go. Yeah. I knew I renewed for a reason besides Star Trek.
Yo, I
Utah's,
just canceled my Paramount.
Utah's own Post Malone has a cameo. Just so you know.
Man, I'm so happy for annual subscription plans.
Wow, 2017 me is really not excited.
I'm going to
Anyway.
watch it from the comfort of the Post Malone Chicken Shack on 7200 South.
Look.
If you want the OG Post Malone chicken store, Mr. Charlie's Chicken is
baby.
the original before we got
Okay.
that rating.
Yeah,
Hey,
but
slow
Mr.
down. You're gonna get me
Charlie's
too
Charlie's
excited.
didn't paint a giant Post Malone on the side of his building, did he?
Or paint
No,
it
I
pink.
know, but I'm just saying, or the OG.
I
Mr.
did
Charlie.
I did like Posty's part in the last Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles animated movie. He did all right.
The guy's kind of
Yeah.
fun.
I'll give you
Yeah.
that.
Begrudgingly, he's kind of fun.
What was
He's no Paul Rudd.
What was the voice he did in the Ninja Turtles? Who was
I
he?
don't remember. He wasn't Mondo Gecko because that
No,
was
that
Paul
was
Rudd.
Paul Rudd.
Yeah. I'll look it up and have an answer for you within the next 3 weeks, Gary.
Thank you.
Yeah. I got to go to the encyclopedia store.
As we all know, that's how long the internet takes. This was about 3 weeks.
Ray Fillet.
He was Ray Fillet? Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah.
All right. Quickly, just don't forget geekshowgotthiscovered.com. It's where you can go to support the show. You get the after party. You have access to that. That's a show we do immediately following this show. You also get the Space Show early. And if it hadn't been for the world being destroyed this week, I would have had you some videos up this week. So I'll get them next week. I'm going to try to figure out how to do a music version of the Time Closet. I don't know how yet.
Don't play music, and
That's
it'll
the
work.
problem. Yeah.
Yeah. Interpret it. Just like lots of hand gesturing, and people will be like, oh, total eclipse of the heart. I get it.
All right, let's continue here. This was the big news this week, and I know how Rebecca feels about this.
Again, I'm so sorry. I'm such a hater this week.
Coming out. Simon Kinburg has been asked to write and produce a new Star Wars trilogy for Lucasfilm. This will not be a Skywalker saga trilogy.
That's good.
Yeah, okay. We'll see about that.
Oh, does not believe.
So here's my question with Lucasfilm. Are they just casting this net and hoping that somebody comes up with an idea that looks good?
That's what it
I
seems
feel
like.
like they're just saying stuff.
Here's the thing, Carrie. If you notice how many of those projects get canceled or how many people leave their projects, I think they're just throwing it out there and be like, who can we get? And someone will stay. Someone will stay and finish a project.
I got two things. First, I'm sorry, Rick. I was kidding about my Paramount Plus subscription. I canceled it months ago. Didn't do the annual plan. I'm a liar. But let's go back to 1981 and hire a little-known genius named Lee George Cade to do the next Star Wars trilogy.
Yes.
Because, damn it, I had the adventures of Lando Calrissian where he found the Death Star cannon and strapped it to the Battle of Bespin and made everybody his bitch.
I'd watch
So
that.
that's the trilogy. But, of course, you have to go back in time and hire 11-year-old me because I couldn't pull it off as me now. But 81 Lee had the magic.
Well, I don't know when Kinberg's going to have time to do this because he's got so many other projects.
Well, he's so busy writing all those terrible X-Men movies.
Well, hang on now. He,
and the Fantastic Four from
He
2050.
wrote Days of Future Past, which was, I think, the best X-Men movie.
It was a good one.
First Class, come on.
First Class
First
was
Class
good,
was really
but
good.
Don't forget, he was also one of the writers for Mr. and Mrs. Smith, the TV show.
Yeah, but he also
Which
wrote
was really
both
good.
Dark Phoenix movies, so he can seriously be beat about the head and
Thank you.
shoulders.
That's what I was like, oh no, I'm just gonna go low.
I
Like,
forgot
if
about
there-
those.
He
If
wrote
there
The
is
Last
a-
Stand, too.
If there is a reproduction, a museum of reproductive phalluses he could get stuck in and beat to death with, then he could for those
He wrote-
two Dark Phoenix movies.
Well, he wrote that new Fantastic Four movie, too.
That's what I just
Josh
said,
Tranquin?
Tony.
Yeah.
Did you say that?
He's
How to be a woman.
he's about to go into production on that Running Man for Paramount.
Wait, how is he involved with that one?
Producer.
He's a
Okay,
producer.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's got good
Yeah.
producer
It's
All
credits.
right.
Listen. Not everything I do is gold,
Oh.
right?
What?
Oh, thank
Whoa,
you,
whoa,
Rob.
whoa, whoa! Wait a minute. This is world shattering for me.
Wait
What?
a minute.
I know. Thank you, Rob.
Oh, no, wait. He does kind of know. He co-created the Star Wars Rebels cartoon with Dave Filoni.
Yeah.
And
so when
he's
I
hit
when
and
I
miss,
took to
you know?
when I took to Twitter and I was like, oh no, things are getting worse
Mm-hmm.
regarding this story. Star Wars heads came for me and they're like, well, hold on, producer on Rebels, and he was very good with Rebels, and I'm like, whoa, damn, okay.
Producer and writer director are
He-
two different things, you know.
He was a consultant on one of the J.J. Abrams Star Trek movies, and it was the good one.
Number two.
First one.
The first one, Tony.
Yeah.
Don't
Oh,
make
yes,
me
okay.
come for you, sir. I will. The fonging.
You gotta catch the squatch to hurt the squatch.
I'm very spry
Can't
now.
shoot the shooter.
Hey, watch it. He's digesting iron now, Tony.
Yeah.
That's true. I better up my
You
game
wait.
a little bit.
You wait till I can keep protein going, and I'll get you. Oh, the
Once,
fonging.
once his body is fully utilizing that iron he's absorbing, ooh, it's over for
Well,
you.
I mean, at this rate, I still have a year to prep for the protein part. So,
Joke's on you. 2 years. My albumin absorption level was called transhuman yesterday. Like,
Wow.
that mean?
Not human.
Okay.
He's a mutant. Oh,
Yes,
the uncanny
yes.
X-Lee.
The stuff that I get to watch over Thanksgiving holiday keeps getting better and better. I mean, we got Deadpool, Wolverine. We got, of course, that Jack Black Satan movie. But now we also have on November 21st, Alien Romulus.
Disney Princess, Alien Romulus.
What's it going to be on?
Hulu and Disney Plus.
Nice.
If you have the Hulu Disney Plus combo, that is.
Disney Princess, Alien.
But it's Hulu.
And she's a pretty princess.
I'll never watch it.
Why?
I can't do body horror anymore.
Oh, really?
Oh
Yeah.
gosh, this is one of the best movies of the year, though.
I know.
Then I've got some bad news coming up for you then.
Oh,
because this guy, David Johnson, gives the performance of the year.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
so good.
Amen.
So, have you ever been intubated?
Yeah.
It's kind of like a face hugger,
A little.
but a doctor does it to you. So, yeah, I just can't. So,
Okay.
someday I'll get to it.
What if you just closed your eyes?
Well, how about this? How about if for Christmas I get you the Alien Romulus VHS tape that they are selling?
Yeah, I can't believe
And
they're
then
doing
you can
this.
just keep it up on your shelf and not open it.
But I just got a 4K TV.
Yep.
What am I?
It's
What am I gonna do with that?
2024, and we're
Do they have
having VHS tape releases.
Do they have upscaling VHS players?
Yeah, I'm
Oh, that
sorry.
would just look so bad.
But anyway, so there you go. There's that. Also, this is interesting because, I mean, I saw Deadpool, Wolverine, and I saw Channing Tatum as Gambit, right? And I went, that's a nice joke.
No way, man. This is a full. This is a trilogy right here.
But
Give me the Gambit trilogy.
Ooh, I'm about to make a net for myself.
But they were interviewing Ryan Reynolds, and they were asking him about the whole Gambit thing, Channing Tatum. And they said, "How does Marvel feel about this whole thing?" And he says, and here's what Reynolds said. He said, "I honestly don't know what goes on behind closed doors in the bookkeeping sessions at Marvel, but I do know that they're obsessed with him in that role. It's kind of like the same situation that I went through. Once you show that it works well, that's really what they need. Sometimes they just need to see it in action. And Channing is so singular in how he plays that character, but he's also so beautiful physically, the way he moves and the way he can pick up steps."
No, it's perfect because of his dancing background to be someone like Gambit.
The real truth is that American Express Gold card that he paid for everything with right there. in his
Right
hand.
there in his hand.
Did you guys see what Martha Stewart said about Ryan Reynolds and about how he is deeply unfunny in person?
Really?
Did she mean it, or was she making a
No,
joke?
she's serious because she's neighbors with him. There's a Martha Stewart documentary on Netflix right now.
Yeah.
And she talks about her neighbor Ryan Reynolds and says in person he's not funny.
Yeah, but did you watch the minutes leading up to that statement?
Yeah.
Martha is not a good person.
Martha's
I
an
didn't
asshole.
say she was.
Well,
Here's
she
the thing about
likes
Snoop.
her.
How could she not be a good person? She's hanging out with
Yeah.
Snoop.
Two things.
She
Two
went
things.
to prison.
Yeah, that's what I said. I'm gonna take. First of all, I'm gonna take Martha's opinion on that because she stood on business. She's best friends with Snoop Dogg, and she's the only felon. Okay, listen, like she's the one that actually did Fed time. Okay, so that's what I'm saying.
So
she
they-
stands on business, as the kids say, and I respect that. No cap, fam.
So she's saying her neighbor, who is on record as having like almost crippling anxiety, isn't funny as a neighbor.
Come on.
Yeah.
Well, and let's not forget the fact that Martha cheated on her husband, but when her husband cheated on her, that was bad. What Martha
Yeah.
was doing was
I'm
just
sorry. Hey,
didn't
I'm
mean
sorry.
anything.
I'm Team Martha across the board.
No, Martha's got room on
admire-
the shrine here in the house.
Oh,
but
I admire her business acumen. I really do.
Absolutely.
Yeah, her
I
insider
just do
stock.
whatever trades she makes. I make those trades.
Yo,
telling-
let's talk about it, man.
Yeah. All right.
But I can I say something about? Well, actually, I will say something about Channing Tatum.
Okay.
I think it works. It's
Agreed.
goofy enough. It's a
Yep.
goofy ass Gambit, and let's be honest, Gambit's he's a goofy ass character. Look at this shit. Like, look at what kind of face mask is that? No one's rocking that shit.
What is that
Cyclops.
anyway? You
That's
know?
Cyclops has one very similar.
That's what we call a 2/3 Modoc.
It's MODOK.
Yeah, but he's
But
got
he-
the
but it
hair. He's
works
got the
for him.
goofy ass
No,
accent.
you just put some baby arms where the ears are and some chin feet in his Modoc.
I'm all on board.
damn,
I
you're
want
right.
to see this movie.
Well,
and
I do it.
It works better because he's older now. Because
Yep.
if he was like in his peak Channing Tatum when he's just super hot, it's funnier now because he's gotten older. Because he's like that old guy who's past his prime but still loves the ladies and still, you know what I mean? It's like,
But he's that old guy that
goofy.
still has. I watched behind the scenes of him doing his Gambit shtick, and he's maybe an older guy, but he's still got all the moves.
Oh, he's still.
Oh, absolutely,
yeah, for
absolutely.
sure.
I don't think you give him his own movie though. I think that he's a bit player, or and also in this movie kind of character.
Just so you guys, Marvel's not making any individual character movies ever again.
So you do Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, and he's the driver.
He's the attorney. Oh.
Yeah, to Cyclops' Hunter Thompson. And,
wait, I'm about to do 100 drugs.
No.
Yes, Carrie, get over your Cyclops hate. No. He's the only one. He's the only one secretly weird enough to be Hunter S. Thompson.
You're wrong.
Okay, but who would you put as Hunter S. Thompson?
Yo, this is funny. I love this.
Not at all.
Wait, I'm about to be 100 miles outside of Vegas.
So,
oh my God,
Hunter S. Thompson needs to go to Vegas, and he's just Hunter S. Thompson, but Gambit's his driver.
Okay,
no, you know what?
I'll watch that.
I want a movie.
Oh wait, there's bats everywhere.
I want a movie with Channing Tatum as Gambit, and then I want his co-star to be scientist Beast.
Yeah,
doing the sciencey things
so,
and solving
Tony,
stuff. And Gambit is his partner that takes care of everything on the side and all that. I've
got the movie for you. All you need to do is deep fake technology Beast as Wilford Brimley, and this Gambit as Jean-Claude Van Damme's character in Hard Target. It's the same movie. It's the same movie. It's Hard Target, but actually Gambit instead of wannabe Gambit, and Beast instead of wannabe Beast.
Oh, I'm about to have all the diabetes.
Oh my God.
The only line Wilford Brimley will say in this movie is diabetes over and over again.
I'm telling you now, there's only one thing that happens when those doves fly in slow motion. There's about to be a shooting.
Diabetes.
But which Beast? Are we talking the Nicholas Hoult Beast or Kelsey Grammer Beast?
Kelsey Grammer.
See, I really like the Kelsey Grammer Beast, but I don't like Kelsey Grammer. So how do we
Diabetes.
Yes! Thank you, Carrie.
Diabetes.
There you go. All right. Has anyone seen this Vampirina stuff? It's
Carrie, you put this in the notes, and I was so confused.
What the heck is this?
Yes.
Yo, what? Hey, are we good?
Apparently, this is apparently, it's very popular. I was just wondering if anyone has seen this.
Now, it's been years because the girls watched it briefly when they were younger, but yes.
Carrie, I am 35 years old.
Do I need to check the box when I upload this?
I'm sorry, Rebecca.
Made for children?
Oh, Rebecca, I could hear creaking noises when you said that. Oh,
Yeah, I didn't say I was a fit 35 years old.
So, Rebecca, this is the saddest thing in the world that I have to tell you right now is this is how it starts, and then in 20 years you're going to be like, who? About everyone. Everyone.
Apparently it's a series of books, and it was a cartoon, and now it's going to be a live-action TV show for Disney Plus or Disney Junior. Huh? Hang on.
What?
That kind of makes sense. I can actually see that.
For the kids.
So you may not know who this kid is now, but because she's attached to Disney, prepare to see her in everything for the next 5 years.
Probably.
That sounds about right.
Selena Gomez.
She is a tween vampire who leaves the safety of Transylvania to attend a performing arts school, like you do. Living amongst humans for the first time, she pursues her passion for music while keeping her vampire secret, something that's made more challenging when her overprotective father charges an overzealous ghost to live with her at the school. Oh, my.
How is she
Let
hiding
me
the
solve
fact-
this for everybody. High School Musical, Twilight.
How does she hide that she's a vampire when she's purple and got fangs?
And the bat wings on her head there.
Yeah.
High School Musical.
But they're cute little ponytail bat wings.
There you go. I bring it to you because I understand it. It's a thing. So
It was a slow. Hey, credit where credit's due. It was a very slow news week.
it was a slow news week. Now back to the body horror, Lee. I'm so sad that you are in this situation because
Oh my gosh, does that mean you will also never watch The Substance?
you'll never watch The Substance.
So the image of that lady's back looks just like my stomach. So I can't.
No.
It's all about me today.
So because
That's fine. That's fine.
because the body horror is a thing now.
No.
Again.
No.
The movie studios are going, what do we have? What do we have? And somebody said, hey, we have The Fly.
Underneath this pile of original scripts, there's this used VHS copy of The Fly.
Yeah. Now this is not going to be based on the original from the, what is it, the 50s, late 50s?
Vincent
60s?
Price.
Vincent Price.
Help me.
And it won't be a straight remake. It will be based in the David Cronenberg 1986
Yeah.
universe, I guess.
So someone else gets the teleporter machine and has the same problem.
I guess.
Oh, do you remember the days of Hot Goldblum?
Oh yeah.
Those
What do you
days
mean, remember
haven't
the
ended.
days?
Come on.
No, like,
still-
because he's charming, bumbling, goofy, sexy Goldblum, but back in the 80s, he was like,
He was hot
Eight
gold.
pa-
What is he
Eight pla-
now?
that's what I'm talking about. He's bumbling, silly gold, and he's cute, and he's hot, and he's kind of sexy, but back in the 80s, he was literally like one of the sexiest men alive in cinema.
Believe it or not.
Yeah.
For real?
But this
Yeah.
is this.
Why
no,
do you
go
think they had his shirt like that in Jurassic Park?
Go back and watch that.
point.
Go back and watch this movie because him and Gina Davis were dating at the time.
They're
And,
also dating, and Earth Girls Are Easy.
Yeah,
I didn't.
but
That's right. Yeah.
it's a great movie. It really is. 1986, but it's going to be a new take on it from Nikyatu Jusu, who did work on The Nanny.
The TV show? With
No,
Fran Drescher?
the horror movie The Nanny.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Tony, because I went there too. I'm just like,
What now?
Oh, help me!
But whoa, killer! Is Fran Drescher in the room with us right now?
I know, right?
I thought she was.
But,
Man, if she was, yo, she gonna get got. I'm just saying.
Yeah. But yeah, the substance opened the door for all these new body horror movies, Lee. So
No,
Lee's gonna
Sorry
try to
about
close the door.
sorry about that.
slam
I
it.
am the door.
Oh, door.
Now
Oh
Stop
Lord.
it.
we're gonna talk
Stop it.
Superman for a bit
Oh,
here.
door.
All right.
Soups.
Yeah, because I want to address a tweet that I've seen going around. But first, this story.
That's not Superman.
No,
Give him a minute. He's gonna get there.
I'll get there.
Okay.
The Penguin TV series is
Awesome.
very, very popular. I had no idea how many people are watching this show.
really
I thought,
good.
So good.
I
It's
thought it was
good.
just us guys, but everybody's watching this, and so everyone's like, "Well, what can we do next?" Is it, in this Matt Reeves Batman kind of a situation? Maybe what we should do is there should be other villains who get their own TV show.
You saying Batman belongs on TV?
I know.
Hey,
Catwoman.
what if instead we just got the Batman movie?
know.
Matt Reeves.
That's what
I
I
like
want.
that too. Yeah.
But the rumors started cranking out that it was going to be maybe the Riddler, and then that rumor went away, and then the Joker surfaced, and everyone was like, "Oh yeah, the Joker." But James Gunn, of course, on his social media, jumped right in and said, "Nope, not going to happen.
No,
No
you
truth.
dinguses.
No truth to this.
There's not gonna be a Joker TV show.
No." He says, everyone's asking me about this. There's absolutely no truth to this. A Joker series is not being discussed, nor has it come up. Sorry. Also, he debunked rumors about a potential video game set within the Batman Matt Reeves universe. He said, nope, that's not happening either. So that's your internet running wild.
Just give me that second movie. That's all I ask.
Speaking of
James,
which,
just put this Gelfling away. I don't.
speaking of which, a tweet I've been seeing going around is about Superman. And it says, so you're telling me that Superman grew up in the Midwest and you're trying to tell me he wouldn't vote Republican? This is from a right-wing tweeter.
What?
Superman's an illegal alien.
And boy, the ratio that just happened after that tweet from Superman fans.
I hope he got shut down
Do
hard.
you remember the John Leguizamo show on Fox back in the 90s?
Help me.
John Lake was on.
I don't even think John Leguizamo remembers it.
He had a bit. It was on Fox. It was on the same time as the Ben Stiller show, and he had a bit where he played Superman, trying to get medical care as an illegal alien, and it was phenomenal in the 90s.
Now I need to look that up.
Yeah.
But anyway, so yeah, it's just I sorry, he wouldn't vote Republican. I'm sorry. Okay.
Well, people need to also remember that, just because a state went Republican or went Democrat or whatever else, that doesn't mean the entire freaking state votes that way.
Yep.
Exactly.
Even in Utah, 35% of the population, over a third, voted the other party. So you can't just say, oh, it's a red state. Not everybody there is there, and not everybody in a blue state is blue. If you go to Central Oregon, sorry, it's not Portland.
Yep.
Yeah.
Can I say this into the microphone?
Do it.
People should travel more and use critical thinking.
There you
I
go.
repeat, people should travel more and use critical thinking. I repeat for the final time, people should travel more and use critical thinking. God bless.
Also, maybe
Agreed.
read a book.
And that.
But they're
Well,
burning them all.
Hold on now.
Or banning them.
That's true.
I'll listen to
Well,
a
exactly.
book, but read?
All right, now we're going to do something that I don't know if we've done on Geek Show before, but it's time for a sports report.
Nobody watches sports? Oh, I love sports. I'm always kicking or jumping or flapping.
All right.
Thanks, Gary.
It's from
Hey, was
Rebecca's
that
favorite
was
show.
that from American Dad?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
from
Hey, I
Rebecca's
laughed at
favorite
an American Dad thing. Put it down in your diary,
Mark it
Rebecca.
I think it's because
Mark
you
it
weren't
down.
looking at it.
Oh yeah, that's what it was.
All right. So the NFL, ESPN, and Disney teaming up to debut an animated alternative broadcast of an upcoming NFL game. But this time they're going big with ESPN's The Simpsons Fun Day Football. They've done this before, but I think they've finally got the science figured out. So on Disney Plus and ESPN Plus, on the 9th of December, they're going to stream the Dallas Cowboys-Cincinnati Bengals matchup, but it will take place in Springfield's Adams Stadium with all the players replaced by dozens of animated characters based on those from The Simpsons.
That's kind of cool.
So they're going to simulcast it?
I don't know if it's a simulcast.
But
because
it's a
I'm not
Monday
sure.
night game. So
It is a
will
Monday
be-
night game, so
It
maybe
is a Monday night game, so they will probably do a simulcast where
Yep.
they overlay
I
the
was gonna say,
characters.
they're
Now
gonna
they-
use what, like an
this
AI?
This is watching. This is like
generative-
watching a football with a Snapchat filter.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. That's what I was getting.
Now they've
at,
done
yeah.
this before with Toy Story, but this time around, the voice actors are going to be included in this.
What?
Yeah. So you got Hank Azaria, Nancy Cartwright, Dan Castellaneta, Julie Kavner, Yeardley Smith. They will lend their voices to pre-recorded bits and skits written by the Simpsons production team that will run before and during the game, including some that involve players from the team, like Peyton and Eli Manning and Stephen Smith. It is being called an altcast, animated version. So maybe I'll watch a football game.
So this sounds similar to a degree to what Nickelodeon does with
I was
their
gonna say,
slime
when-
time football.
When you watch the Super Bowl on Nickelodeon, that's fun.
For parts of the game, Bart will appear on the field for the Bengals, or at least an animated version of Bart, replacing an actual Bengals player.
Joe Burrow, please.
Homer will play for the Cowboys. Marge and Lisa will interview players during the game while Maggie mans the Skycam. And it'll have 3 different versions of that Monday Night Football.
Is it these versions of these 3D rendered Simpsons? Because
Yeah,
that episode of The Simpsons was scary.
it was. So that's coming up on December 9th. Maybe I'll watch a football game. I don't know.
I love this for you, honestly.
Thank you, Jay. I was like, I'm trying to find a good way out of this. I'm just like,
Yeah, like I
That's
love this
nice.
for you.
That's nice.
Let me find another sports thing here. Let me see.
Listen, man, you put me on the
Before we even start this whole thing, my penalties are a problem.
All right.
My penalties aren't the problem.
All right. There you go. Now, finally, this. And we have to raise a glass
Indeed.
Yes, we do.
to Tony Todd.
Yes, we do.
Glory to him and his house.
Yes.
Jake Sisko?
He died at his home in Marina del Rey after a long illness, it says here, 69 years old. And, we all have our favorite Tony Todd's projects. Candyman.
Dark Side in the
Final
animated.
Destination, yeah.
He was a
good
great
Dark Side. That
Dark
is
Side
true,
in,
There it is.
in Justice League Apocalypse Dark. He's so good in it.
He was in 1990's Night of the Living Dead. He was in The Rock. He was in The Crow. Let's see, The Man from Earth, Hatchet 2, The Flash, Frankenstein.
Hatchet 2 was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
He was also in one of my favorite movies that I recommended for everybody, Bitch Ass.
Oh, that's right.
He was the voice of Venom in the new Spider-Man 2 game.
Yeah, he's done quite a bit of voiceover. That's what I know him mostly from. Is his
in
voiceover.
multiple Star Trek series or appearances.
Yeah,
Kern,
he was
son of Moog.
He is Worf's brother Kern.
He's old Jake Sisko.
He's old Jake Sisko in the only episode of DS9 that consistently makes me cry.
Yes.
Oh no.
Yeah. I just like to mention that episode and watch Carrie break down.
Oh yeah, it's
a fantastic episode.
Because we were talking about on the Space Show, we were talking about Tapestry, and I said that's easily top 5 Star Trek period, not just Next Gen, and I would have to say that The Visitor with old Jake Sisko, it's certainly top 5.
Yep.
Don't make me pick number 1, number 2, number 3. I just say top 5 generically. And his IMDb profile lists like 9 more things in post production. So he's he worked his ass off, man.
To me, he's like as far as voiceovers, like he's on my Mount Rushmore. I mean, like if you like Tony Todd, you're gonna like Clancy Brown. You know,
yeah, same idea.
It's like Keith David. You know, Keith David, Tony Todd, Clancy Brown, Sam Elliott.
Steve Blum.
Yeah, I mean, like this, he's what's Candyman say his name 3 times?
Mm-hmm.
So can we say his name?
Don't say.
I think it's 5. I think that one's 5.
It's 5 times. So we're gonna say Tony Todd 5 times out of respect.
Oh, okay, there we go. Okay, I thought you were gonna say Candyman 5 times.
Tony Todd, Tony Todd, Tony Todd, Tony Todd, Tony Todd. Rest in peace, brother.
There you go.
Amen.
All right, what did we consume this week? Who wants to start?
I watched a movie.
Lee.
I'll go. Because I gotta talk.
Besides protein,
I gotta talk about Bake Off.
Cheesy Pete's.
He's been dying. He's been dying.
They voted that Czech lady off, and she had branches in her hair and shit, and she really screwed everything up. She deserved to go, but man, the representation of heavy-set Czech people is no longer existent on Bake Off. But on the other hand, Aqualad's still there. As long as Aqualad's there, it's all good. So
for you.
Yeah, I'll show off the miniatures that I painted this week. So
because
this is my new favorite thing to do because I love holding people hostage.
Hopefully you're watching this on YouTube.
Yeah, watch on YouTube or just pretend like you're seeing it in your mind.
Oh,
so
man.
These are for a game called Moonstone. These are courtesans. They like to screw things up. This is a giant with a goblin on his back with a cannon, and I put a little tattoo on his tummy.
No.
Yeah. So, and there's a little dwarf guy with his beer. He likes his beer a lot, so he's going to go into battle with his flagon of beer. This
Battle
is a pirate.
beer.
Yeah,
What's it
pirate. Oh, skeleton! Look out, Tony! He's coming for you.
Okay, I'm not afraid.
Yeah. Oh, and this is my favorite. This is Doug. He's a pug.
Oh, look at him!
Nope.
He's a pug with a goblin on him.
Don't like
so
that.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
And then
He's looking in 2 different directions at once. Don't like that.
like a real pug.
Yeah. How big are these, Lee?
1.5 inches.
Jeez,
Yeah, they're
that's
not
wild.
big. They're not big.
How'd
And
you
then
do that grass? Did
bread.
you
I
paint
made that bread. No, this is flocking grass.
Oh, flocking
so
grass. Okay.
yeah, you buy it. But the mushrooms I made.
Nice.
So yeah, it's fun. It's just how I deal with anxiety and stress.
Wait, I want to see that bread again.
You want to see that bread again?
I want to see that. Show me that bread.
Let me get back to that bread, Tony.
Slice that up and put some salted butter on there and stick it in the toaster.
This loaf is already gone. So
Oh no!
It looks
this
glorious.
this loaf's brother is sitting on the counter having its final proof right now. So made my own starter for the first time ever. I didn't buy a store-bought starter. I made my own with natural wild yeasts from the kitchen. So
Are you going to keep it and keep it going for as long as you can? Nice.
Yep.
My
brother has a legacy starter that he got from his teacher because my brother's a baker, and that strain of yeast, that strain of sourdough starter has been around since 1910. So
wow,
they have had
awesome.
this. It is the to bakers. It's like a legacy that you hand off starter to one of your proteges, and then they do the same. So, all right. with the new TV, decided that I wasn't going to deal with Tuesday night at all because I kind of had a feeling. So we decided we were going to watch Bug's Life, Knight's Tale, and the D&D movie.
Wow.
Oh, what a
as
lineup.
distractions.
Good
Yeah,
spread.
just keep your mind off the world, kids. That's what we decided to do. Finish House of the Dragon. Also, HBO go to hell because you had 2 more episodes and you decided that you wanted to save budget for the next season. So I know where the story was going, and they decided instead of having it end on a really huge climactic thing, they would just be like, let's have people staring out windows. Still really good, and I got to see more dragons. So also decided to dust off the capabilities of the TV, fine-tuned everything, and then watch The Fellowship of the Ring and The Two Towers.
Such a good movie when you're high.
What's the motion smoothing like on that bad boy?
No.
It's really good. No, I turned it off. I turned it off. So,
Gonna
and
say,
then
Lee, don't make me
because
come over there.
no, I went to Wirecutter and did the optimized settings for my specific TV.
Very nice.
And then having that all dialed in because the new season of Arcane starts today.
Yeah,
That's right.
Went back and watched the first season of Arcane. Literally the best thing, in my opinion, Netflix has ever done. And the only reason why it happened is because it wasn't their money. It was Riot Games that put the $200 million into this show. And then I'm going to be giving Citadel. I just found out the secret of Citadel. The Russo brothers bought a studio in 2018 with the idea of doing an international spy thriller series. So every show you see on Amazon that says Citadel on it is part of this umbrella. It's just produced in a different country. So Citadel Honey Bunny is in India. Citadel Diana is in Italy. Then there's Citadel, which is just like US, UK. But they're all in the same shared universe with characters that cross over from each other. And there will be a combined series with all of the different spies trying to kill each other eventually.
Crisis on Infinite Citadels?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Nice.
because
Secret
Citadel's
Citadels.
the name of the spy agency that they all work for, and that is secretly pitting them all against each other. So, good stuff. And I'm going to be digging into that a little more because I love a shared universe, especially. I mean, like the Indian show isn't out yet, but it is so Bollywood, right? A Bollywood spy show, and then the Italian show is really weird and asymmetrical hairstyles.
A whole lot of that going on, huh?
Anyway, enough of my garbage. Let's go to somebody else.
I'll go.
All right, Tony.
Found a show on HBO called It's Florida, Man.
Oh, Tony's been trying to make us watch this.
I don't know what to think about this show. So the first episode was great. The second episode, I felt like they needed to fill an episode. And then the third episode, it goes back to being pretty great. So basically, it's a documentary drama, not really drama. Anyway, they take these real stories from Florida because everything that happens in Florida is weird and gets published. And they have the people that were involved in the stories telling what happened, but then they also get comedians and actors to reenact the stories.
So kind of like a Drunk History, but
Yeah,
Florida stories.
similar to Drunk History. Yep. And the first episode has Sam Richardson, and
He's great.
Yep, and it killed me. It was a fantastic episode. It's all about some guy that gets hired off Craigslist to cut a man's toe off and eat it. And just
Yeah, but what?
Yep. Just go check it out. It's Florida Man. The second episode didn't have really any. It wasn't as good in the reenactment part, but the guy that the story's about that they interview the whole time, he's worth it to watch. Anyway. So yeah, give that a look if you're in for if you want some weirdness. It's Florida Man.
All right.
Started off the new season of Vox Machina. It's still great. Still Vox Machina. Love it.
To start that.
Yep. And then last but not least, I finally got around to watching Brothers on Amazon Prime.
Oh yeah, the Peter Dinklage.
Yep, Peter Dinklage, Josh Brolin, Brendan Fraser, Glenn Close. I mean, it's got a stacked cast. Marissa Tomei. So
what's it about?
It's about Peter Dinklage and Josh Brolin trying to recover stolen emeralds that their parents, that their mom and her boyfriend stole when they were little kids.
Huh.
Right. And this is after they'd grown up pulling a lot of small petty crimes and, small scale robberies and things like that. And Dinklage has been in the slammer for the last 5 years.
In the pokey? The hoot scout?
Pokey, yep. But Brendan Fraser's a guard there, and he has a dad that's a judge for the state or the county or something. Must be the state. So he got Dinklage out early because Dinklage's character said, I'll cut you in on these emeralds. And so Josh Brolin is his brother, who is only helping because he feels obligated to, because he made it out of the situation that Dinklage got in jail for without, he's able to sneak out. So anyway, hilarity ensues. I thought it was really funny. I mean,
I'm looking at it now, yeah.
Fraser was awesome. Dinklage was awesome. Brolin was awesome. Marissa Tomei's character isn't in it enough. She's hilarious. But yeah, I think it was a great 4 out of 5. I had a really good time with it.
Oh,
So
okay.
that is it for me. Yeah, Brothers on Amazon Prime.
Who's next?
Okay.
Robert.
So yeah, there was a weird meaty week for me. Didn't watch a lot. Star Trek Prodigy, Lower Decks, and this week's Lower Decks was quite fun.
Dang, I'm behind.
Legend of Vox Machina that Tony mentioned, which was I think 6 episodes in and loving it. And the great thing is I'm also the first campaign they did with Vox Machina on Critical Role. I'm actually I'm a little ahead of where I am currently in watching it on Amazon. So it's like, I know the characters are talking about, I know the situations, I know how they resolve, I know how some of them resolve in Critical Role. I'm curious to see what they do on the animated series, especially now that they've been given a 4th season. They've greenlighted a 4th season for the animated season. So it's fun to see where they do change the story a little bit to adapt it for TV, but still loving it. Thursday Night Football, I got to watch the Cardiac Corvids try to give away the football game.
It was a great game, man.
No, it was not a great game. They won.
The Corvids?
Corvids.
Yes, it's birds.
The
Crows?
Ravens.
Baltimore
Crows?
Ravens.
Okay. Sorry, now I get it. You're being alliterative.
Oh, I thought you said cryptids. I was all excited for Sasquatches.
I would love to see a cryptid team in football.
Mutant League Football. Just do old school Mutant League Football. Sega Genesis.
Exactly.
Great game.
It was a good game. It was a division game. I love the fact that we actually swept the Bengals this year. So this Dallas Bengals game in 2 weeks is going to be interesting for some. And then last night I introduced my kids to Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Oh my god! Wait, which like from the beginning?
The American version. It was just on one of the channels, and I was flipping channels, going Whose Line, because I needed something to watch because I couldn't watch Blue Bloods because I just can't. So I'm just like something. It's like, oh hey, Whose Line? And I hadn't seen the episodes that we watched. The girls loved it. And they're like, can we watch more? Not tonight, but yes, we'll watch more some other time.
Get the addiction.
They are hooked. They were kind of like, at first they're kind of like, this is weird. And they're just like, oh no, we like this. So
the children yearn for improv comedy.
I will send them to Aunt Rebecca for that.
I dealt craps to Ryan Stiles for 7 hours one night. I would not go on break. Like the pit boss
table.
Yeah, that's all. The pit boss kept coming up and saying, "Lee, you're overdue for your break." I'm like, "Nope, I'm dealing to Ryan Stiles. I will not leave this table until he leaves this table."
That's awesome.
And see, Proops is my favorite cast member.
Yeah, Proops is great too. Yeah,
I think I'm.
They had an episode with Brad Sherwood, who's one that I haven't seen on the show in forever, and I love Brad Sherwood. Wayne Brady is phenomenal just on his own, but watching them all together and Aisha Taylor, just like,
Colin Mockery, guys.
Colin Mockery, yes.
The whole gang. Whole gang.
It's fun.
Yeah, they're all
Joel Murray.
Yeah. And only 3 comics this week that I was able to get to, but really quick. Avengers 20. Black Panther is traveled to the world that a group of people that the Avengers fought earlier in the series had subjugated, and it's Black Panther building an army to take on the new overlords of that world. And it's interesting seeing him, and it's also introspective for him because he's like, am I just doing this because Wakanda kind of kicked me out and I need a new kingdom. But watching as he's going through and teaching the people that he's leading, like, I'm really not doing this for me. And I could come in here with the Avengers and we could take over, and that would then be our win, but you need a place to live. This is how you do it. And who's writing this? Because the writing on it for Jed McKay, who's also writing Adjectiveless X-Men, I believe. It has a good voice for T'Challa in this. If you're a fan of What If, issue 1 of Kahorti,
she got a comic.
She got a comic. She needs an action figure. Hasbro, get on it. She crosses into a couple of different worlds, meets a couple of different variations of characters that we've seen in What If and other series, and it's an interesting take. It's part of the Marvel Voices series, where they highlight minority groups, and this is a good read. I recommend it. And the big read this week, Absolute Superman #1.
Whoa,
I'm glad you're talking
his
about
deal?
this. I'm curious, but don't. I'm gonna read it though, so don't give me.
Does he belong to a coven? What's with that cover?
No, he does not.
Nameless
He's not.
Strat or whatever. What the?
He's not walking the witch's road. But this is not. As I always say, it's not your father's or your grandfather's Superman. This is a very different take.
Is he hot?
He is from Krypton. The origin of how he wound up here has not quite been revealed yet. However, he has the motive of almost every other Superman we've seen, which is fighting for the little guy and championing the underdog. And that actually seems to come directly from his origin on Krypton. And they do a good job of, in the few pages they give you of Krypton, doing the world building and explaining the caste system that exists there and how stilted it is.
Wow.
Okay.
And we also see a young Kal-El, like a 5 or 6 year old Kal-El on Krypton. So he was not rocketed
Not
to
a
Earth as
baby when he got ejected.
So as that story develops, it'll be interesting to see how they pull that along. But if you can get to your local comic shop and pick this up, good read.
That sounds good.
All right.
Nice.
Rebecca, Jay?
I'll go.
Okay.
I was gone last week, so I'll just quickly talk about some movies that I watched during the week of Halloween. But also up top, we're kind of talking about it in the chat. I started Detroiters this week. Finally, I don't know why I waited so long to watch this show. It's Rebecca Catnip.
I think it just barely got to Netflix, though, didn't it? It's only been
but it's been around, and so
okay.
Yeah, but oh my, it's Rebecca Catnip. Like, I don't know why I waited so long to watch this. It's so good. So the movies that I watched the week of Halloween, Cuckoo, which came out this year, starring Hunter Schafer and Dan Stevens. Also, if you want to know, I'm not going to go in detail about these. If you want to know my opinion more, just inquire within. Cuckoo, When Evil Lurks, it's from 2023. It's an Argentinian movie, but it's on Hulu. I quite enjoyed it. Incendies, which is a 2010 Denis Villeneuve movie.
Oh, cool.
What?
Yeah, it's very unlike his sci-fi stuff that he does. But it has a twist at the end, which is why I watched. And then Blink Twice, which was Zoe Kravitz's writer and directorial debut. Loved it. I would put her right up there with Jordan Peele. I thought it was fantastic.
Is that the one she did with Channing?
That's the one she did with Channing Tatum.
Okay,
Yeah.
and they're not together anymore, apparently.
So they initially got together because she cast him in this movie, and then apparently their split was amicable. But the day that they split, I was like, well, I was going to watch this movie tonight anyway. And I thought it was fantastic. Like I said, I'd put her right up there with Jordan Peele. It's a stunning debut. I'm very, very impressed. The new release of this week, everybody, Heretic. We here in Utah have been so eager for Heretic. Hugh Grant versus the Mormons. Hugh Grant forces two sister missionaries to confront their faith as they try to escape a verbal escape room. So if you love a theological discussion and the conceits of what makes religion, you'll really enjoy this movie. Utah really turned out for this one. I was trying to get tickets on a Thursday night and showings were selling out. And I think because Utahns love to show up for any mainstream Mormon content.
It's true.
And But this movie, I really appreciate how they didn't make Mormonism the butt of a joke. Like I feel like we see in a lot of media about
they actually
Mormonism.
took it seriously?
They took it extremely seriously.
Well, there you go.
The two leading ladies, Sophie Thatcher and Chloe East, they were both raised LDS, so that kind of added an extra layer of realism to it and understanding. Like watching them on screen, I am not Mormon myself, but I grew up in Utah, and I felt like I knew these girls. Like they were totally relatable and believable. The fact that they were raised Mormon really, I think, elevates their performance to sincere instead of a parody.
Makes sense.
It does contain some of the scariest instances that someone can find themselves in, which is being trapped with someone who wants to debate about religion but will not accept your polite excuses to leave. And I thought
I've been in plenty of those.
Yeah, it's so scary.
In Utah.
It was really refreshing to see a smart horror movie like this. It wasn't at all what I was expecting. It's not jump scares and the boogeyman. It is very talky. It's very talky and kind of intellectual, and which is interesting because the writer directors, I can't remember their names off the top of my head, but they did A Quiet Place.
Yes.
And so they went kind of the opposite direction of writing a silent movie to now a very talky movie, but a very philosophical and theological movie. It does lose steam towards the end, but I think the build up to it is well worth the price of admission. I gave it a 4 out of 5 on Letterboxd.
All right.
That was a really good review. Damn, Rebecca, like that was just really insightful, and I really like the way that you laid that out. I mean, that obviously it's a very localized kind of movie, but it means something to you. I could tell it means something to you, so I'll make sure I'll check that out.
All right.
It was good.
Jay, what have you consumed this week?
Not much, I'll be honest. First of all, it's good to be back. I've been gone for a month. I've been on the road. As I said earlier, travel and talk to people. I've been consuming more conversations, listening to people from all different walks of life and all different sides. So what I would say to you is to and I want to talk to the listeners for a second. I really do. I really want to get sincere. Okay, I did watch one thing. Invisible Fight Girl. Loved it. Keep watching.
Oh, okay. That is good.
Yeah, I'm digging it. I like the animation. That's it. But I do want to talk to the listeners for a second. So I love y'all. Every single one of y'all. The people that have supported me from day one. I want thank you so much. I also want to talk to the people that continuously ask, where am I? Or what's going on with me? That's nice. I also want to talk to the assholes that have comments for me. I love it. Keep them coming. I don't care. You don't pay my mortgage. I love you. But I do want to say this to a lot of y'all. Some of y'all may have gotten some results this week that you didn't like, and that's okay, because we still have to get up in the morning. We still have to go up there and fight. Love your family. Love your friends. Stop whining on Facebook. Stop whining on social media. And I know this is a hard truth and it may not want to hear it, but some of y'all may have woken up for the first time in your life. You know what it's like to be treated as a second-class citizen. Some of y'all woke up and realized what some people have to go through on a daily basis because of the way that their sexual preferences or the skin that they were born in. And so for some of y'all, this is a wake-up call. No disrespect, and I'm not trying to say I'm better than anybody or anything, but I was born for this shit. So if anything, I'm excited. If anything, I'm more amped up than I've ever fucking been. This year, just like Lee, the year tried to take me out and destroy me. So I've been looking for a fight. So I'm fucking ready. I'm ready to go, and I'm ready. But don't be whining. Every resistance, every republic, all that stuff. It's not full of people whining on the sidelines. I will tell you right now, get up off your ass. Let's go take care of your body. Study a martial art. Seriously. Study finances. Continuously learn something new. Challenge yourself. Push yourself out of your comfort zone. Talk to people that you normally would not talk to and try to figure them out. Don't try to don't push your agenda. Just listen, gather information, take it back to your base of operations, learn from it, study how they move, and we press on. There is no more time for complaining anymore. We have to hold ourselves to a higher standard. Hold yourself to a higher standard. I believe in every single one of y'all, and that's why I rock with y'all. Y'all have strengthened me and supported me for so many years. So your Sergeant at Arms will tell you this is time to boss the fuck up, respectfully. That's it.
Well, let me just echo that with, as you can see what I've written on my thing here. I'll just quote the great prophet Henry Rollins. This is punk rock time. This is what Joe Strummer trained us for. I'd also say fight the empire. All right. Let's see. I made the mistake of watching V for Vendetta on election night.
Oh,
I mean, it was the day.
I thought it was interesting because, it doesn't come around on the 5th of November too often.
Yeah. And, it was just like a preview. But I've not been consuming much this week because existential dread. But Lower Decks was wonderful. I rewatched Werewolf by Night. And it I can't get enough
It's great.
Elsa Bloodstone. I want more of her. And I found that Amazon Prime... I don't pay for it. I just want you to know. I use my brother-in-law's login.
This is not an admission of guilt.
Has a yeah, exactly. My attorney will get in touch. Has a Kids in the Hall channel.
I do.
Oh, dip.
Where they're just streaming Kids in the Hall with commercials, but it's there, and you're just like, oh god, yeah, that was funny. That was some funny shit, wasn't it?
And they don't charge you more for 4K.
There you go.
Not like Netflix.
No, I
HBO,
hate saying anything
jerks.
nice about anything Amazon related, but for a streaming service not to charge you extra for 4K, thank you.
Yep.
All right. That's the show. So let's head to the after party. Y'all can join us if you want. We're going to keep this going in the after party. Just go to geekshowgotthiscovered.com. That's a direct link to our Patreon, and it's very affordable. And we continue a live show just for our Patreon subscribers after these. So thanks for joining us and the full Megazord today. Live long and prosper, bitches.
Or else.
Or else.